Hey there, it's Ben from Pattern Profits bringing you the weekend update and weekly watch list for the week of December 27th. Starting with IWO, our proxy for small cap growth. We're right there up against anchored VWAP from off of that swing high. You do have the volume shelf year to date anchored VWAP and anchored VWAP from off of this swing high above. So we'll see if it pushes through here, challenges those levels. FFTY looks basically the same, but PDP has a different look to it. You'll see that anchored VWAP from off of this swing low and year-to-date anchored VWAP did end up catching it there. Nice bounce, reclaim that 93.62 pivot. Now you have anchored VWAP there from off of the high. So we'll have to see if it can push through there. 50.65 cloud there as well. So that's going to be a level of importance this week, one we'll want to keep an eye on. Getting right into the watch list, FCX looks good. We had talked about this one previously, and now that alternate pivot that we discussed, 39.66, did push through there. 41.60 the standard pivot. Now you get through there, you got a shot at those prior highs at 46.10. Power of 3 there, 10.20.50, real tight, and kind of came out of that little pinch. Anchored VWAP from off of the high there and off of the low, bouncing in between, came through there nicely and through that, like I said, alternate pivot. So that's Freeport-McMoRan, FCX. I also have Simply Good Foods, SMPL. You'll notice a few of these have this kind of base on base look to it. Here's a base and then this new base, and that's just related to the market action. But power of 3 back here got a nice move. It was in the little bit of a VWAP pinch here, came out of there nicely. Then the market brought it back in, but what a nice move, reclaiming that 38.50 standard pivot. And now you've got a standard pivot of 41.35 above. Stock closed last week 40.77, so looking for it to come through there, 41.35 on volume. Again, that's Simply Good Foods, SMPL. Also have ArcBest, ARCB, another one that has that kind of look base on base. Here's the cup pattern here, kind of high handle up here, but you've got a completely new base up here, 116.79 standard pivot. 50.65 cloud did catch it right there, and now want to see if it can push through 116.79. Good volume here on the way up. Again, that's ArcBest, ARCB. If energy decides to participate, Oasis Petroleum, maybe one to keep an eye on. Let's bring this over a little bit closer. So you can kind of see how it's building out a little volume shelf here, descending trend line and power of 3 setup, 10, 20, 50 cloud right there. So just looking for that to push out of there completely. Tried to go and then came back in late. So a lot of this will have to see how energy acts, because that's going to influence the move here. But even anchored VWAP off of the high close just above that. So want to see that make some upside progress, turn that back to the upside. Then you have 10, 20 cloud, 50, 65 right there. Power of 3. Again, that's Oasis Petroleum, OAS. I also have Semtech, SMTC. And with this one, we zoom out a little bit, you'll see that you had this cup with handle pattern, came out of there, took out the prior high of 83.94, came back, retested, anchored VWAP from off of that power earnings gap back here, acted as support right here, and then you bounce. Now you're finding resistance again at anchored VWAP off of the high. So just want to see if it can push through there. You'll see if we bring this over to the power earnings gap. We don't really, if we can push out of there and turn this up, we don't really have much in the way of resistance up here. Not like we did down here. So looking for that to make the turn, push above anchored VWAP from off of the high. You could even draw in a little descending trend line. And again, pushing through there, that's what we're going to be looking for. SMTC, Also have DG, Dollar General Corporation. Let me zoom out on this one a bit. And what I see with this one, anchored VWAP from off of the high back here, anchored VWAP from off of the swing low here, and the volume shelf. You're kind of right there with all of that coming together, and then you have 10, 20, 50 cloud for the potential power of 3. So you want to see that push through there, make the turn, get above those anchored VWAPs, above and out of that volume shelf, and start to climb the right side. Wouldn't mind seeing that come on volume. I do see this as kind of a triangle pattern as well. But looking at those anchored VWAPs and where they meet and the volume shelf point of control all coming to that one level right where price is now. So just want to see if it can push up and out of there. Again, that's Dollar General, DG. That's all I have. Hope you have a great trading week, and I'll see you over on FinTwit.